Hey guys, it's a History Nerd, and we're back with another exciting episode of Sound Hunter 5. Where we last left off, we had about a month left, just a little under, to get that last mission done up in the Irish Sea, and nothing we were doing was counting towards getting those kills to actually count. So I said to myself, you know what? Apparently, and this doesn't surprise me at all, but the Open Horizons mod has been updated. We should probably get that, seeing as how, and it had been updated by a few versions. I was using, I think, 2.4.2, and we're on 2.4.7 now, or something like that. Anyway, I was a few versions behind. That's updated. And in a little test run, damn, I gotta pay attention to aircraft now, because they're a serious thing. Apparently I lucked out on my mod version for the past 2 years, where aircraft just stayed stupid. Not so now. Anyway, I also used the time machine, so we're ready for a new briefing. One thing I do want to do, though, is go over and just check out the U-boats.
What do you want?
I'm going to blow 3,000 renown. We can afford it. Just to make sure I get my tiger stripes. I know that seems like a ridiculous waste. And it is, because what we could do is just go for the commissioning paint scheme, and then back to tiger stripes. There we go. So that's only 1,800 renown. That's fine. We've only got the Type 1 and 2, so we'll just keep going with the steam torpedoes. We'll be using electric, but only when we get the Type 3s.
What do you want?
I love me some T3s. Type 7B tower, version 2. There's really nothing worth upgrading there because, you know, we got the best. No new gun. I do believe you can get the 10.5 centimeter gun. Someone was asking about that. I can't remember which freaking Silent Hunter video it was asked on, but I think this does get upgraded at some point. It's a long way into the war, though. We'll see if we make it. Twin 38s, perfect. Sensors, fine. Decoy launcher, radar, warning receiver, don't worry about that. Camouflage is done. Perfect. And yeah, we're not going to change the captain's emblem.
Yes, Captain.
That's lovely. All right. Captain Admiral Deadeyes, what's going on?
Welcome back, Herr Cologne.
What are my mission orders?
Congratulations, Captain. I'm sure the British War Cabinet is debating your performance as we speak. With the success of our blitzkrieg through France, we have gained access to strategically important bases with direct access to the North Atlantic. This means our U-boats can now reach British supply lines beyond the range of their limited escorts. To capitalize on this development, we are redeploying our front boats. Effective immediately, you have been transferred to the 2nd Flotilla based out of Lorient. Our ongoing effort against British shipping convoys is entering a new phase, as the number of operational U-boats now allows for the first real use of the Wolfpack tactic. As Vice Admiral Dönitz wrote before the war, a number of boats working in close cooperation can be used to find convoys and overwhelm their defenses. Additionally, next month will bring the start of the long-awaited Luftwaffe offensive against Britain. We'll be expected to provide support for their operations wherever possible. We are counting on you, Captain. Make us proud.
Okay, so, first off, hopefully bringing my microphone in and out of mute didn't cause any severe audio issues. If it did, I do apologize. Let me know and I won't ever do it again. As long as I remember. Now, we're going to take a look. As you can see, the map has changed. This is part of the upgrade to, what's it called? The mod? Open Horizons. One of the things I don't like is it's just the ports, right? Like, I miss seeing the allied coloring on the map. So just knowing that blue ports is fine, red ports is enemy, green ports are neutral. I mean, that's easy. But I just miss seeing the colored in borders so that, when I'm like way out here in Africa or in the Mediterranean, whatever, I miss that. But other than that, it's a fairly neat little map. And we got more accurate grids, so hopefully those things are working. We can just go ahead and skip this and get out.
Welcome back, Heck.
Let's start the new patrol. Well, hold on. Yeah, that's a good point.
Congratulations, Captain.
Atlantic Air Gap.
I'm
Let's...
sure the British war cabin.
Thank you. Actually go... Heh, it's really far out. We'll request it. Alright, so we gotta go out there and sink some ships out here in the middle of the Atlantic. Exactly what we were born to do. Let's start the new patrol. I want a load screen. Right, okay, I am going to see you guys on the other side of this load.
Would like to plot a new course, Captain?
256.
Maybe a search pattern?
World's slowest load screen, at least for Silent Hunter. It was only a couple of seconds, which is shocking. Usually these things are minute affairs. So anyway, let's, hopefully that's straight. We could probably do something like that.
Bearing 236.
New waypoint. Course 337.
And this is going to be our last time leaving Wilhelmshaven for a while, I think. You know, we're going to be able to wind up basing ourselves almost entirely out of Lorient, which is exciting. I'm thrilled for that. Or maybe not. It looks like our headquarters are still showing up in Wilhelmshaven, but I would imagine that that's going to change soon. Well, it will change soon once we conquer France. I can't operate out of Lorient while it's still under control of the French. Obviously. Nelson Hood and Illustrious. What? I have some bad news. It looks like, at least between missions, if you sink a ship, it doesn't matter. Let's check, actually, all patrols. Yeah, all my kills still count. 2 airplanes destroyed. That was while I was testing around with them. Oh no, it was on my return. We were out here, I returned to port, I had to shoot down an aircraft, or a torpedo bomber or 2. So anyway... I'm not gonna lie, you guys missed some stuff, and if you're here just strictly to see, you know, the actual development of the crew, I do apologize for removing a month of time. But if you're just here to see things blow up, and sort of appreciate the crew during their non-boring stuff, then we're golden. Anyway, we are going to need to plot a course way out here. Yay, I do appreciate this. The North Atlantic Convoy's direct route. I like that. Now, talking about this new mod, there are quite a few things. Aircraft are much smarter. And we got these grids, so if we take a look at our mission...
We are in shallow waters,
promotion points. We got a lot to take care of. No new work. We're still U-52. I think that hasn't changed. So I don't actually have a mission for that. Okay, so we'll just go to that location. But there is a way... I saw it once. I swear it. Well, I guess, yeah. That's pretty much it. When I see it again, I'll show you guys what it is that I'm talking about. But there is a way to get, like, specific grid numbers. However, the grid locations will be 4 digits. Alright, so we'd have like BE 1942. Why not? I can't see 1942, right? Like, I can only go into the 19. It doesn't go deep enough. That I've figured out anyway. At least not by me doing all my scrolling. So that is one little concern. This looks a lot better, and it looks like we'll be able to sort of more accurately figure out missions. But, you know how it goes. We're gonna go north. Why not? We're gonna go north because we've got some friends to go check out. Now, supposedly, Scapa Flow is gonna be well defended. And, so here's the, well, maybe instead what I'll do is I'll just go up and around. With a new mission, as tempting as I am to instantly go raid a port, I'd like to try and get some progress done on the mission first. Just because I think that would be a good thing to do. We got till January 1st January 31st, 1941. And I think this is just killing stuff. So, we'll head out there. You know, when seas get a little bit rough, we'll go hit up Scapa Flow. The reason why I'm going up north instead of south, just for different scenery, man. I'm getting, as much as I love running through the channel, it's, you know, it gets repetitive after a while. And there's a lot of aircraft that fly through there. And like I say,
Smoke on the horizon.
with this new mod, or with this updated mod, we actually have to be careful of aircraft because they are annoying, just like in Silent Hunter 4. So our patrols will change a little bit. We just have to be more cautious, more careful, things of that nature. But, you know, that's not anything we can't handle. What I'm going to do now is do the promotion points, and then when we get out here, I'll talk to the crew so we can utilize the morale boost to its full potential. So let's see, what can we dump into the crew? I'm going to go passive skills first. So we'll get email all checked out. Torpedo Man's good to go. I don't really use overcharge. I do use the heater though. We'll get those. And the heater's maxed out, so maybe I should go overcharge. We'll get that. Those are activatable. And Max is fully upgraded. So, I guess we'll go a point here, which is actually 2. That's fine. We'll go a point. What was this one? Overcharge diesel or overcharge electric? I don't really want to overcharge either, but I guess we'll go overcharge diesel if we need to. We got one last point left to spend, and that's okay. Now, let's check metals. Wolfram, there you go. Max already has one. Kurt is good. Herbert is good. Olaf is good. Willie is good. And finally, Emil is good. So let's check our command staff. Dieter, of course. Eric is fine as well. And just everybody's got an Iron Cross. All right. We got no more Iron Crosses to give out. Our crew's pretty much almost completely upgraded. And, yeah, that's about that for the boat. Ain't that right, Dieter?
On the horizon. Bearing 9-1.
It's just a freighter. We don't need to worry. All right. Or maybe, well, that guy is moving.
Half speed ahead.
We can probably beat him. All right, so we're 12 minutes in, and not much has happened. I do apologize about that. There is just a little bit more rambling that I need to do. Because I did some game purchases this week. 2, to be specific. That might cause some videos to be done. I don't know about full series, just the way it's going. But I bought into the closed beta for World of Warships. I bought myself the cheapest ship available, a little tier 4 Japanese cruiser that I haven't even played yet because I've been going down the American battleship line, which is fun. So, I know a lot of you are like, you should play War Thunder, you should play World of Tanks, all this other stuff, and I'm like, I don't know how it's going to work. Yeah, and I don't know how a series on World of Warships would work, but my god, am I having fun. I like that there are
Ship sighted.
competitive ship fighting games, I guess. Anyway, and the other game I bought was Galactic Civilizations 3. It's a 4X space strategy game. I loved Galactic Civilizations 2, although other than an Ask the History Nerd video, I don't think I ever played it on the channel itself. The reason why I bring this up, and there's no way I would do a series on this,
Sighted. Bearing 258.
tracking like the history of my galactic civilization, but in that game you can do something called an immense galaxy, which is mind-bogglingly big. So I might just show off a couple of videos, you know, showing the advancements
Bearing 249.
of my civilization. If I decide to do videos on either of those two games, there'll more than likely be something on World of Warships. And there's a chance on Galactic Civ 3,
Smoke
but
on the horizon. Bearing 157.
Yeah, both those games. I've already put in quite a few hours in both, and my God, I'm loving both of them. So, yeah, that's pretty much that. The state of affairs. Anyway, we got some new stuff to take care of. So we're gonna head out to the North Atlantic and sink ourselves some cruisers. I'll see you guys when we get an airplane contact and I gotta fight it off or get under right quick. We'll see. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so here's the new drill whenever you see an aircraft. You go under. Now, thankfully, that guy just did a strafing run, and we didn't take any damage. So, with Silent Hunter 4, airplanes were a huge annoyance. And, you know, this mod kinda does...
0 meters. Shut down diesel engines. Minimum
We'll just...
speed
Actually,
ahead,
we should be fine
periscope
on
depth.
periscope depth. This game, with the mod, follows the same suit. Airplanes are super annoying, they're super fast, and they can, you know, if they're a bomber, you know, they can do tons of damage. But like I say, in Silent Hunter 4, as soon as an aircraft was spotted, you could just dive down. In 5, you know, if you're on the conning tower, which is really where Guntram enjoys doing his Submariner thing, you gotta make sure to switch out, run down, and dive. So maybe I'll just start, you know, keeping myself in the conning room. I don't know. The hell? Can they see me? Probably. That's fairly clear still, so yeah, maybe we should go deeper
Take her deeper.
to avoid these. So, yeah, aircraft, super annoying, but there's nothing new there. It's just gonna cause a little change in my play style. That's it. Anyway, I'm not gonna fill this video up with me dodging aircraft.
Depth 20 meters.
I want to try. Can we be seen now from the air? Yes. I wonder if a bomb can go 20 meters. You can hear.
Current depth 30 meters.
The aircraft. You're not going to be able to shoot me from where you at. Good try, though. Good try. Yeah, so anyway, that's the updated mod. So for all those wondering, we're like, hey, I've got this mod, and aircraft destroy me.
0 meters.
They destroy me now, too. So, there you go. Anyway, we'll see you guys when we get some targets. Or something. Alright, so... we didn't pick up on this destroyer until we almost got into visual range. Hopefully we get under quickly. We made it basically through this little area, and now we've picked up a friend. So, as our ship goes under, or our boat, to use the correct terminology.
Shut down diesel engines. Current depth 10 meters.
Let's see if we can get an eye on this guy. Now it's a foggy day, so I don't know how,
Tracking new target.
or even if, you know, aircraft have issues on foggy days. I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is it's been a while since we've killed any sort of Royal Navy ship. So we should probably kill a Royal Navy ship. One destroyer isn't that big of a target, and hey, you know, if he hasn't seen us yet, and I'm lucky, but fairly confident that he hasn't, we should just be able to kill this guy and move on with our life. So let's just wait for these numbers to line up. And Los. It's a little behind, so I'm not 100% sure that this is going to work. But I don't see why it shouldn't. we should just be just a little further back on the ship, which, all things considered, isn't a bad thing. Do some good engine damage or, you know, system damage. Although really, when it comes down to it, it's pretty rare for a destroyer to survive a torpedo hit. So, you know, hopefully this just clears everything out of the way, and we can go on with our mission. To the North Atlantic, where
We are in shallow
submarines
waters,
belong. I don't know about this. Oh, I don't know. Are we gonna luck out? Yes, we are.
Torpedo impact.
Alright, so I said, you know, it was gonna be further back. We barely hit this guy. But, as you can see, insta-kill shot. And big-ass hole. So I'm happy. The crew should be happy. And we sunk a Class A destroyer. 1,000 tons. Not much. But, you know, we cleared the way. And made life a little bit easier. Now, I gotta say, if adding single destroyer patrols around Scapa Flow is all that this updated mod does to make this a more dangerous place, we can go ahead and get on the surface and kick it up to speed 2. Then I think I can still handle doing raids and runs into the port, which is good. Yes, go under. But of course there's you know, the chance of submarine netting and mines. Mines really freak me out. I don't want to hit a mine. That would be devastating to a U-boat. So,
Recharging batteries.
yeah, just gotta be a little more cautious. But, I mean, honestly, not totally cautious. Alright, let's get you moving.
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
And this guy should be going under pretty freaking quickly. See you guys. We had fun. Now, one thing that I'm fairly confident that's been worked on with the mod is like radio integration. So now this ship did go down fairly quickly,
2, 1, ready.
but it still wouldn't surprise me if they were able to radio for some air support. I'm hoping we get out of the way before any torpedo or dive bombers show up to make our day a very bad day. So hopefully we get to leave unpestered and just make it out to the North Atlantic, where air cover should be non-existent, or at the very least a bare minimum. Unless we got aircraft carriers kicking around, in which case we'll just have to destroy one on the high seas. I'm not sure that'll actually work out for us. Well, we'll see. Come on, destroyer, just go under. You want to? You're already touching bottom. So just the rest of you just needs to go down. That's all we need from you.
We are in shallow waters, Captain.
Bouncy, bouncy, there we go. Straight down. Almost standing straight up. I've been looking for a shot like that. Here, let's do that and that. Ah, yeah. The power of a submarine. It can send any ship nose diving to the bottom. That's almost going straight vertical. I like that. See ya. And bloop. Nope. We got a little return. She's fighting it. Come on. Your depth charges did nothing for you, destroyer. Boo-hoo. Anyway. Let's get back. Let's get moving. we're going speed 2 just to conserve fuel. Now is a stage of the game where it's a good idea to start getting into the old fuel-saving habits. Looks like we took a couple scratches from that aircraft, but I mean 99%. We don't gotta worry about that. And we can of course now resupply at Bergen, and it shouldn't be long before we can resupply at France. You can see we've already got the Low Countries. We got Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and Zeebrugge. And yeah, we'll be finishing that off quick. We're getting closer to the Mediterranean too, which is exciting. I can't wait for that. Anyway, I'm going to see you guys when we get some more ships to sink. See you in a bit. Alright, so I'm beginning to understand why this game may not, in the original release, have had a lot of aircraft that actually attacked you. And why maybe adding it in a mod might not be the best idea. From our sinking of the destroyer to here, so in a space of 450 kilometers, I've come across 4 different aircraft patrols, and 2 of them consisted of dive bombers that have tried to dive my position and missed, thankfully. I've been surfacing quickly and then quite quickly dropping back under. But 2 of those dive bombing runs, there was a Mosquito which was actually able to succeed in dropping a bomb without crashing into the surface. But now 2 of the smaller dive bombers just did that. So they went on a diving run, crashed into the surface, and completely missed me. I have a feeling the AI in this game for the aircraft might not be able to handle things like, you know, the depth of the water or the level of that the water's at, and to avoid it, I don't know. But I'm fairly positive, one, at this stage in the war, night flights, which is what we got. Now granted, it's a clear night with a full moon, so maybe they can be sending more aircraft out. I don't know. But, like I say, night flights with little dive bombers in 1940 seems a little off to me. And then secondly, you know, I mean, that guy almost biffed it. But so far, yeah, 50% of the dive bombers I've encountered have indeed biffed it into the ocean. And I'm fairly confident, you know, dive bombing losses weren't that high from crashing into the ocean. If that is not true, let me know. Correct me. But yeah, that's just me bitching about aircraft, because you gotta bitch about something. Anyway, we're just gonna continue doing our thing, diving away, and slowly making it out to where we want to be. See you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so we've reached our position, and I think we're ready to start talking things over with the crew. So Dieter,
Yes, sir?
what's that grin on your face?
Oh, nothing, Captain. Just making sure my men are on their toes.
And that coming from you means you're up to something.
Well, I'm just finding creative ways of teaching my men not to fall asleep on the job.
What did you do?
Benno kept passing out on the hydro. So he hooked his mic up to the toilet when Willie was... You know, he blows the lid off every time he uses it. Let's just say Benno got a good wake-up call.
Oh, Dieter.
Yes, sir?
Thank you. Thank you for that. Alright, let's go talk to the rest of the crew, shall we? I feel bad for Benno. Nobody should have to hear that. Well wearing headphones. That's just rude. Email, how's it going? Yeah, it's good. I'm glad. What do you think of hunting in packs?
Consider it a brilliant tactic. Coordinated attacks will prove most harmful to our enemy. I'm completely in favor.
Good, glad to hear. Then let's hope we keep sinking tonnage. Joseph, any news from your wife?
She's feeling better at the moment. Having my parents there helps a lot. I only wish I could do something for her.
Why don't you send her some photos of us leaving port? I'm sure that'll make her proud.
I doubt it. You know Greta. She never understood what I liked about these floating coffins.
Well, keep up the good work, Chief. Wolfram,
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
any news?
I heard he's out hunting in the Atlantic. I don't know where. I will let you know as soon as I learn something. Jawohl,
That's
Herr Kaloin.
good. Thank you. We're hunting in the Atlantic too, so maybe we'll find him.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Benno, getting used to the new boat?
Things work a little better. It's gotten easier to detect smaller engines.
That's
Jawohl,
good.
Herr Kaloin.
I'm glad. Whoa. Let's head on back here. I don't think we got anybody else. You got anything to say?
Herr Kaloin.
No. Well, we'll be seeing that later. Or maybe not. Some crew just never have anything to say.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
How's the crew doing?
All our troubles, morale goes up with every ship sunk, Captain. The crew feels we stand a real fighting chance against those Tommies.
Good, glad to hear it. Let's hope we keep sinking tonnage.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
Seems like my stock response to everything. Olaf,
Wanna try some of this stew, Captain?
you got any new recipes?
No! Everybody's been asking me the same thing. Just because we conquered France doesn't mean that I'm going to serve hors d'oeuvre or entrées now. This is a German U-boat with German food and nothing else.
Just careful with the knife, man, and let's just keep sinking tonnage.
You wanna try some of this stew, Captain?
Thank you. That should be it. I don't think Willie's got anything to say.
Herr Kaloin.
Keep up the good work, Willie. And
Herr Kaloin.
keep it up. I didn't even have that to say to him. I just looked at Kurt and moved off. All right, well, with the crew morale up, which is good, we've got to figure out how we're going to sink these guys. Now, I'm going to be taking inspiration with a little tactic that I picked up, in the last game when I sunk the aircraft carrier on the high seas. I'm just going to keep myself right on this line,
Returning to speed ahead.
because ships should be coming through here. Pointed this direction because I have a feeling most of the ships are going to be coming from Newfoundland or, North America in general. Halifax, and technically that's Nova Scotia. So there you go, a little bit of Canadian geography there. We're just going to turn our boat around, get right on the line, drop down, wait for some sound contacts, position ourselves, and hit them hard. That's the plan. I'm going to see you guys if I can get that plan into action. See you in a bit. Alright, so I've been tooling around the North Atlantic for the better part of June, and other than that one destroyer up there, we have come across no targets whatsoever. Our fuel situation is still looking alright. We can push it to about 20-ish%, and we should still theoretically have enough to get back to Bergen. I hope. So what I'm going to do is just reposition myself to see if we can't get anything coming out of Reykjavik. And hopefully we can. Otherwise, yeah, we'll have to head back and get some fuel. We got some friends out here, so that's always good to see. But yeah, as far as ships to sink, it's pretty slim pickings. And if we do take a look, we've been doing this. When was our ship? So on the 18th is when we hit and destroyed that, oh god, don't crash on me, game. When we destroyed that destroyer. So, I guess maybe not the full month, maybe just half a month. Well, that's still a long time to go without anything to shoot at. So hopefully we pick something up. Otherwise, we'll probably just, head back home and refuel, resupply, and consider our next next course of action. So yeah, see you guys in a bit. Alright, so it's now the 4th of July, coming up to the 5th. We got nothing. Crew morale,
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
as you can see, is at an all-time low.
Yes, sir.
So, I think we are gonna head home.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
How's your brother doing on the Bismarck?
Ship out. Their destination is top secret, but he thinks it's the West Atlantic to intercept American cruisers. Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
That's pretty crazy that they'd be intercepting American cruisers this stage in the war when we're not at war with Americans. Anyway, that's the way the cookie crumbles. We're gonna get on the surface and actually no. As much as I want to be up top, torpedo bombers prevent that from being a good idea. So we'll stay in the command room and we'll plot our course from here. And the plan is to just make it to Bergen, really. So, keeping that in mind, I think we'll go between Iceland and the Faroe Islands here.
New waypoint.
Course 264.
Just something like that, really. And then through the fjords.
77. Half speed ahead. New waypoint. Course 295. New waypoint. Course 3
Into Bergen. What's going to be the best way to get there? Probably
319. New waypoint. Course 330. New waypoint.
like that. Is that looking okay? We shouldn't beach anywhere there. Probably don't need to be that close. Just like that. And yeah, we should be able to get some resupplies done. So as the Prometheus repositions and heads home. Look at that. I spent the renown. And the tiger stripes, not there. That's upsetting. Anyway, we'll get back, I hope. And if something exciting happens along the way, I certainly wouldn't complain. Especially if it happens within the mission area and it's a convoy. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Alright, see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, well, we are back at... We've never been here before. We are here at Bergen.
All stop.
Nice Norwegian town. We can see we got some antiquated destroyers here providing harbor protection. Hopefully nothing makes it in. These guys won't be able to do too much, I don't think. And as you can see, as usual, we don't have the resupply option, which means we're going to have to save and reload, which means this is going to be the end of the episode today. For those wondering, we made it back with 8% fuel remaining. And at least we sunk a destroyer this time.
3, 5.
That is something. So let's go ahead and save the game, as this is going to be now second patrol. I realize these aren't really patrols, these are more campaign missions, but that's the name that I'm going to be using for this. So yeah, the updates to the mod make things certainly a little bit different. And I'm going to have to adjust my playstyle accordingly, well, with all these new annoying airplanes that I've got to deal with. So yeah, things might change a little bit. I don't imagine on your end things will be changing too much. It'll still be a video series about me blowing up ships. I hope, provided we can find ships. I'm a little disappointed with our lack of targets, but what can you do? Anyway guys, thumbs up if you have enjoyed this video. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.